if you want to put a face to the voice, or you want to put a face to the name, head on over to, or you want to see the color of my dress that I'm wearing today, all you need to do is head on over to YouTube and you know see what you need to. Best part is you can also drop your comment right there. So welcome to Matters. As usual, we'll be discussing a range of matters today, from the not so serious to the very serious, to the newest developments, to the matters and the issues that are affecting our polity right now. All that and more will be discussed on the show today. And as you know, I am never alone in the studio. There is always someone, we always have an analyst in the studio to dissect these matters so we can discuss them more and better for your understanding. We're here to inform, we're here to educate, we're here to entertain, we're here to make sure that you are getting the news and you're getting every information that you need in real time. Welcome to Matters. In case you are just joining us, not to worry, you haven't missed much. In fact, you haven't missed a thing, as the program has just begun. My name is Ijeoma Innocent, and you are now tuned in to Matters right here on the Voice of the People 93 FM. We are the station that gives you a voice, and that voice of yours surely must be heard today. The phone lines will be open very soon, but in the meantime, you can send your messages to our WhatsApp platform, and you can also, post your comment on our YouTube platforms as well. Matters has just begun. Welcome. All right, let's begin with a matter that so many people have been talking about. And it is the newest development on this matter. When President Tinubu signed the student loan bill into law, he signed it, and now that students can get loan in order to facilitate their educations whenever you have fees problem, you have hostel fee issues, you can just go and apply for student loan and get it. But here is the thing, it was supposed to start off in September, and people have been asking questions. What is going on? Why has it not started? What is happening? While critics are talking about it, some other people are looking forward to it. But then the presidency has come out to say that the student loan scheme will begin in January. So if you're looking forward to it, you have about 2 more months, yes, to keep looking forward to it. But yes, the student loan scheme will be starting off in January. He affirmed that the scheme was actually approved on June 12th, but it will go live in January 2024. Now, the president also promised that the episodes of industrial action by academic staff unions of tertiary institutions will become a thing of the past. That is, no more ASU strike, no more ASUP strike. Nothing of the nature is not going to happen ever again. So I guess students should now rejoice, because you have a promise from the presidency to prioritize your educational needs. I mean, how wonderful is that? if this would actually be implemented. Well, this is one of the matters we'll be discussing today, and I'd like us to start off from here. Yes, you heard me right. I said us. That is because I have with me in the studios Mr. Peter Anosike, political and social affairs commentator, as well as a business development executive. Welcome to the program, Mr. Anosike. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, thank you, and good afternoon, listeners.
It's always a pleasure to have you here. Let's talk about the student loan scheme. We're expecting a flag off in September. Now it's been moved to January. Promises. How do you come into this? Really short question.
Well, for me, from the beginning, from June, I have said that the so-called student loan scheme is a scam. Where the idea was borrowed in America, that is one of the biggest problems now in the United States, because the student who borrowed it cannot pay. And Joe Biden is trying to see if there's any way he can write those loans off. That is in the United States, where they have an organized economy. Everything is working perfectly. They have built institutions rather than individuals. So there, the students' loan scheme is not working. And even when it is working, students spend more than 20 years after their graduation trying that to pay. And that is where, if you graduate, you have something to do. But here in the country, in Nigeria, that's to start with, when you graduate, there's no work for you to do, then how can you even pay? And they said that if you cannot pay, they will take you to court. The person that signed the loan for you, they will start taking it from him, which means that to start with. Everything about that loan is problematic. One, they say that for you to qualify, you cannot be earning more than 40,000 naira a month, isn't it? That's the qualification. You must not be earning more than 40,000 naira a month. And a director in the civil service, somebody who has gotten to the rank of a director, have to sign for you. And in different forums, I have said that nobody who is earning less than 40,000 naira a month will know a director. That is a fact. Nobody who is earning more than 40,000, less than 40,000 naira a month will know a director.
So the conditions are conflicting.
The conditions are not even there. Then this director now, who is to sign for you, who is to surety you, who is to guarantee you, if you are unable to pay, he will be held responsible. Understand me? The authority will hold him accountable. And based on that condition, no director will want to sign for you. No director will want to guarantee you, because there's no job anywhere.
And it puts their own job in jeopardy.
Understand me? So nobody will want to sign such a loan for you, because there's no job waiting for you on graduation. You see it? So they know that is not even possible. Okay, they said that it will kick off by September. This is October. Almost ending of this should be 22nd or 23rd.
23rd.
They are now saying that it will start off by January. And in everything, this kind of a loan starts at the beginning of every academic year. That is a first term. But now they are telling you that it's going to start second term, which even shatters your academic system. For me, I believe that it is going to be like the school feeding program. Where even when they are on, when school is on holiday and children are in their own house, federal government is still feeding them. So what we are going to see in this their so-called student loan scheme is that they will be pocketing that money and telling you that 1 million students has accessed it, because there's no way you can verify it. There's no way you can verify it. So this is another of their scams, because it is not going to work. And you as a student, you not want to go and borrow money at the end of your academic year, you will go to prison. Because that's what they say will happen to those who cannot pay. They'll be taken to prison.
And then we already have congested prisons and correctional centers as it is right now. Remember we spoke about this on Friday.
So I don't think anybody who cares for his future will go and risk that. Understand me? So to me, just one of those promises. It is one of those promises. In organized economies, those who have taken those loans are finding it difficult to pay. How? Let alone in Nigeria, where you are not sure of getting any good job 5 years after graduation, where you are told that to start paying immediately you graduate from school. So where will the work come from? Where would the money come from? And if you don't pay, your guarantor will be arrested. So who is going to agree to take that risk? Even parents will not even want to sign for their own children. Let alone other people. So for me, it's just one of those APC promises of $1 changing to
one naira, which you don't see happening.
Which can never happen. Fuel sending for 14 naira per dollar. So we've seen all those this thing. So this student loan scheme is just a part of it.
All right, then let's move forward and touch on another matter, which is not a major matter that we'll be discussing today, but let's just touch on this. This time around, we're talking about the Alaba International Market, which has been sealed by the Lagos State government. That's the Lagos Waste Management Authority, LOMA, in collaboration with the Lagos State Environmental Sanitation and Special Offences Unit, that's the task force. They have sealed Alaba International Market for poor waste disposal practices, failure to pay their waste bills, and gross environmental sanitation offences. This was announced by the Lagos State Commissioner for Environment, Tokunbo Wahab. Today, he wrote on his X, formerly called Twitter, yes, on his X handle, that's Zero Tolerance Lagos, hashtag Zero Tolerance Lagos, hashtag Cleaner Lagos. He said Lagos will no longer tolerate dirt and, poor waste disposals in markets. You will recall that sometime last week, my 12th market was sealed, and it was only opened about a week ago. That was on Monday. I had to go there to see things for myself, and they said the market was only opened after the traders, started engaging in a better cleaning of the environment and all of that. Now in July, the Lagos State government had demolished some distressed, where they call distressed buildings in Alaba International Market in this same Ojo local government area. They said this was done to protect lives. Would it be far-fetched to ask why the focus on the Alaba market?
Well, for me personally, if they are not doing what they are supposed to do, the market should be closed down. That's assuming that what the government representative said is true. That poor
waste
disposal, inability that to pay their waste bills. Assuming that is correct, they are right by understand. So I believe in regulations. I believe in authority. Things must be done the right way. Things must be done the right way. The market association shouldn't be waiting for government to shut down the market before they start doing things right. That market was also short because of that same reasons. It seems that either that they were open either last week or today.
Yeah, and then Mushin as well.
Yes, so I feel that they should be keeping where they are in order. So there's no sentiment about that. But the one that I feel is not right is Lagos International Trade Fair, which was also shut down yesterday. Lagos International Trade Fair is a federal government property, not Lagos State government asset. So Lagos State has no power over federal government property. So it is only federal government that has authority over Lagos International Trade Fair. But it was shut down yesterday. I passed there this morning. A lot of people, a lot of traders who went to the market this morning, who did not hear about this yesterday and went to the market this morning, couldn't have access
to their shops.
So they all turned back and go. This morning, there was a lot of confusion at the gate of the trade fair because most people did not get this news. But I say that property, Lagos International Trade Fair, is a property of the federal government, not Lagos State government. So Lagos State government has no power over that market. Or unless what Mudashiru Adisa, that's Obasa, that's the speaker, said at the beginning of this 10th Lagos State Assembly, that they are going to make laws that will favor the indigenes, and that they are going to reverse anything reversible. Unless if they have started that. But for me, Lagos International Trade Fair Complex is a property of the federal government. Lagos State government has no power over it. Lagos State Waste Management, whatever, has no power to shut down Lagos International Trade Fair. But for the Andaba is within their power. That is within their power. My 12 K2 markets are within their power. Understand? So they can do whatever they want, provided it is what the rule says. But for Lagos International Market, it's a no-go area for Lagos State.
All right. Let's talk about the EFCC, the newly appointed and screened EFCC chairman. I'm talking about
Olukoyede.
Yes, Olanipekun Olukoyede. So a federal high court. This is quite what many people call a funny one. The Federal High Court in Abuja has okayed 2 separate suits seeking to sack the newly appointed chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Both suits were brought before the courts by legal practitioners, Mr. Stanley Okawara and Mr. Maxwell Okpara. The first suit was lodged before the division of the court in Kano State, while the second suit is pending before the Abuja division. Already, Justice Abdullahi Liman of the Kano Court has fixed October 30 to hear a motion on notice seeking to restrain the EFCC chairman, whose appointment was recently confirmed by the Senate, from exercising the powers and function of the office or from drawing salaries and emoluments as an occupant of the office pending the hearing and determination of the suit. This is someone who many people will say he never even start work. And you already have this suit pending, which is based on so many notions. He's not supposed to be there. He's not qualified. He doesn't have the requisite experience to be there. Really, how do you weigh in on this, Mr. Anosuke?
Well, for me, that suit will not see the light of the day. Not that it doesn't have merit. Not that it does not have merit, but this is Nigeria where anything goes. One, Senate has confirmed him, even though many people feel that he doesn't have the requisite experience. He's not a law enforcement officer. He's not, Nigeria Senate has confirmed him. So now the court cannot do otherwise. The court cannot at this time throw him out. So for me, the court case is a kind of entertainment because they will be thrown out at the end of the day. The emperor has said this is the person I want, and the court will abide by what the emperor said.
So you don't see anything coming out from this. Although the president, as President Bola Tinubu, and also the Senate President Godswill Akpabio were cited as defendants in these matters. You don't see anything at all coming out from this suit.
Well, it is just, as I say, it's an entertainment. Nothing will come out of it. It will be struck out because the Onukwade has already been confirmed by the Senate, and the president has the power to appoint whoever he wants to appoint. It is his constitutional right to appoint whoever he wants to appoint. But in doing that, he shouldn't breach the constitution of the country.
While doing that, okay, let's go to all the way to Zanfara State, where the Minister of State for Defense, who is the former governor of Zanfara State, I'm talking about Bello Matawalle, has been greeted with fresh allegations over his activities as governor of Zanfara State. A statement from the Zanfara State Government House alleged that the ex-governor embezzled billions of naira in the Gusau International Cargo Airport project. Now, the state government released at least 6 documents containing evidence of how this funds were diverted. Now, on Friday, Matawalle refuted accusations of misappropriating this substantial funds from the Zanfara Cargo Airport project. In a statement released in Gusau yesterday, the spokesperson for Zanfara State Governor Suleiman Bala Idris pointed out that Matawalle's response has revealed a clear breach of trust, opening up a complex situation which can be likened to a Pandora's box. According to him, the current administration's financial troubles in Zanfara State are attributed to the past government under Bello Matawalle. If you recall, Mr. Anosike, the former EFCC chairman, that's Abdurrashid Bawa,
yes,
accused this same Zanfara State governor of being under their probe. As at the time when Zanfara State governor was calling for his sack, he accused this governor of being under the probe. But right now, this governor is a minister in President Tinubu's administration. He's the Minister of State for Defense. And then he has all of these allegations, and the Zanfara State government is coming and they say they have so many evidences piled up against him. If all of this come out to be true, what steps would we expect this administration to take in seeing that a minister serving under the current administration has all of this, not just allegations of fraud? If investigations are conducted and it happens that, yes, this man is involved in all of this, what would you expect?
Well, I expect nothing. I expect nothing to happen. But Matawanda was reckless in the office. And he was not even hiding his recklessness. He was doing everything shamelessly, as if the word is in his pocket. Bawa accused him of monumental corruption. He said, yes, that Bawa asked him for 2 billion naira from the money that he stole. Understand? So he didn't deny stealing money, but he said that the former EFCC chairman asked for a bribe of 2 billion. So as they said, he was not hiding anything. He admitted fraud. He admitted corruption. So, but for anything, and upon all those things, the Senate confirmed him. Even defense is not his area of competence, because Zanfara is one of the most troubled states in the country. When you talk of insecurity in Nigeria at the moment, after Boronu is Zanfara. In short, both of them are in competition. And Tinubu decided that to make that person his Minister of Defense. Nobody can give what he does not have. Matawenda failed woefully with regard to security in his state. So now they brought him at the national. What do you expect him to do? But his confidence is that he has stolen a lot of money and can influence a lot of things. So nothing really is going to happen to him because this is Nigeria where anything goes. Understand? So they may set up Zanfara State may set up an inquiry. He will be indicted. Understand? But at the end of the day, nothing will still happen because he has immunity, one, by being in APC, and two, by working for the emperor. So nothing is going to happen from that. But as of being guilty, he has already admitted over and over.
So even with this admission, as a result of being affiliated to the presidency, being a minister right now, and, you know, having this immunity, you don't expect anything to be done about this. Even if Zamfara State indicts him. Not
immunity from the constitution, no. But immunity for being in APC. Office. No, immunity for being in APC. Adams or Showman, they say, once you cross over to APC, all your sins are forgiven. So those in APC, they are under the king of England. They commit no offense. Understand? So so as long as you are in APC, you can do anything and get away with it. So that is what I mean by immunity. Not that immunity was granted by the Constitution, no. The immunity is by being an APC member, number one, and two, serving under the emperor, number two.
All right, then, 5 minutes before 2 p.m., right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. You are listening to Matters. I'm your host. My name is Ijeoma Innocent. And I have with me in the studios Mr. Peter Anosike. He is a political and social affairs commentator and analyst, as well as a business development executive. You are listening to Matters, and right about now we'll be going on to the main matter of the day. But just before that, I want you to know that the phone lines are now open, and you can give us a call right here in the studios on 0700 903 903 903. Again, that is 0700 903 903 903. Don't forget, if you want to watch us live, head on over to YouTube at Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Type that into the search bar and you will get us live and direct. You can get to put faces to the names and to the voices. Okay, best part is you can post your comment. You can watch us from anywhere in the world. Tell a friend to tell a friend that Voice of the People 90.3 FM is live on YouTube and live on your airwaves as well. All right, so Mr. Anosike, today is the day that so many people, critics, party members, and, you know, the common Nigerian, the masses have been waiting for a while. It is the day that the Supreme Court began the hearing on the different parties' cases against President Tinubu. From the presidential election petition court, the tribunal, it's gone to the Supreme Court, and the case, you know, has gone before the 7 justices in the panel led by Justice Yang Okoro. Now, it all began with the NSA, the National Security Advisor to the President. I'm talking about Nuhu Ribadu. He was there. The Chief of Staff to the President as well, Femi Gbajabiamila, was there. Party faithfuls, the lawyers, everyone was there. And then the very first development that we heard was that after the argument from President Tinubu's lawyers, from Atiku's lawyers, the Supreme Court, first of all, reserved judgment in the case. Now, reserving judgment in the case, the Supreme Court went ahead to hear the petition of the Allied People's Movement, that's the APM, which many people were not expecting for their case to get up to the point of the Supreme Court. But now it has, and the APM withdrew its petition. Well, I would like to start from there. Is that something you were expecting?
Well, for me, the APM matter has already been addressed by the Court of Appeal. That is the issue of nomination.
Of double nomination.
They accuse Shetima of double nomination. And ordinarily, this is supposed to be a pre-election issue, which is not a case of that's of the Supreme Court. So they did right by withdrawing the case. Understand? So, because the issue of double nomination has been addressed by the Court of Appeal in a case that was filed by Atiku Abubakar. So it's not right for that particular case to come up again at the Supreme Court unless they have other matters to it. But once it's still bordered on nomination, one, it is a pre-election issue, and again, the Court of Appeal has already addressed it. So, but mind you, in Nigeria, courts give conflicting judgments. In the issue of Labour Party, that's Julius Abure and
Lamidi
Apapa, whatever. The appeal court in Benin, Edo State, gave judgment to Julius Abure, and the appeal court in Owerri gave that same judgment to Apapa. That's two courts giving conflicting judgments. So things are not right with the Nigerian judiciary since the emergence of Tanko, and we are still feeling that same thing under this current CGN. Nigeria justice system is not working at all.
All right. While reserving judgment in Atiku's case against the APC and President Tinubu, the Supreme Court lamented that there were conflicting letters from the CSU, that Chicago State University, about President Tinubu's certificate. It's that one of the letters said, okay, we know about this, we did, and the other one was saying totally otherwise. Now, the 7-member panel of justices led by Justice John Okoro, speaking, said criminal matters have to be proved beyond reasonable doubt. So if you are bringing this deposition as your evidence, or you are bringing this CSU certificate sagas as your evidence, and you are bringing what CSU said as your evidence, since it seems like they are speaking from two different sides of the mouth. They said one thing and then they came out and said something else within the space of one time. It's making it difficult for the Supreme Court to know which one of this is their actual response to the answer of, did the president attend or graduate from this institution? Like, come out and then speak to us. But now with this conflict, it's causing issues right now at the Supreme Court, and they're finding it difficult to rely on any of these evidences. What do you say about this issue? Well,
for me personally, I know the antecedents of that John Inyang Okoro. Understand? I have followed him for some time. I have read some of his judgments, so I know who he is. Understand? So then, the issue of conflicting this one, we have one letter in the Supreme Court. Understand? Then we have one deposition. These are two different issues. One letter and one deposition. A letter is just something that can be written by anybody. A deposition is one that was taken on oath. Understand me? And for me personally, I have gone beyond whether one Bonda Ahmed Tinubu or one Bonda A attended the Chicago State University. That is not the issue at the moment. The issue at the moment is that Chicago State University said that the document, the certificate that Tinubu submitted at the INEC did not emanate from them, that it is not their own document. So what does this says? When you submitted a document and the institution that you claimed owned the document said that it did not come from them, it simply means that you forged it. And in May 10, 2017, Supreme Court said that there's no room for certificate forgers in elections. That's what Supreme Court said in May 11, 2017, that there's no room for certificate forgers. So now saying that there are two, there's only one letter there, and one deposition. The position is strong. It's not an ordinary letter because it was taken by an oath, which means if it's found to be false, the person will go to jail. So a deposition is stronger than a letter. He shouldn't confuse it at all.
So you need them to focus more on the deposition than any letters that claim to be emanated from CSU.
Deposition is stronger than ordinary letter. So there's a letter that said that Bonda A. Tinubu attended Chicago State University. Understand? Then there's a deposition from the same Chicago State University that the certificate that Tinubu submitted to INEC did not emanate from them, that the document is not their own. So this is the issue that we should all focus. Understand? Because all of us were in the university. We know that it is not everybody that is in the university that is a student. It is not everybody that is in the university that is a student. What qualifies you as going through that university is the certificate that was given to you at the end of the day. So when that certificate, when the owners of that certificate, the institution denies that that certificate did not emanate from them, it means that you forged it. So an instance, I had my first degree in University of Nigeria and Nsukka. So if any day that University of Nigeria and Nsukka said that my certificate did not come from them, it means that I forged it. So there's a very big difference between attending university and having a certificate from that university. Okay, an instance. In 1993, Japan 1993, there's one Peter Anosike who played for Nigeria under 17. Understand? Mm-hmm. So, but it is not me. I am Peter Anosike, but the guy that played in Japan under 17, 1993 with Kano, Nwanko, and others is still Peter Anosike. Understand? So, can I now go and begin to tell people that I'm the Peter Anosike that played for Nigeria? No, I'm not. Understand? To show that the other Peter Anosike can present a medal that he won at because Nigeria won that competition. The Peter Anosike can show that the cup, the award that was given to him
as his own evidence
to prove, and with that he has defeated me. Understand? So it is what do you show? What do you have to show that you graduated from this institution? Not I was there. Understand me? So they should not contradict this issue. There's a deposition from Chicago State University that the certificate that was tendered to INEC did not emanate from them. So for me, this is what should be our focus. And not whether one Bona Ahmed Tinubu or one Bona A attended Chicago State University. I have even gone out to find that there are 5 people that answers that name, Peter Anosike. 5 different 5 different people. So how do we show authenticity? It is with the certificates. So not that by name. So for me, there's no conflict, there's no contradiction. There's one letter and one deposition, and the position is stronger than ordinary letter.
So you expect the Supreme Court to focus on the deposition rather than any letters that say it is emanating from the CSU?
Anybody can write a letter now. Anybody can. Understand? So, and he's not asking which one should they rely on. Who is he asking? Is it me or you? He's a judge. So I don't expect a judge who has attained the level of being in the Supreme Court to be asking which one should he rely on. Judges rely on the evidences before them in passing judgment. And a deposition is stronger than a letter. Anybody can write it. Anybody can write a letter. They have a deposition before them, which is stronger than a letter. So if they want to pass justice, they have something credible to rely on.
All right. With the Supreme Court now saying, okay, there are 2 conflicting letters from the CSU, one authenticating the presence certificate, another discrediting it, and also asking the question, like I said, which are we to rely on? Can we say that the CSU helped Tinubu's case with these 2 conflicting letters? Or let the Supreme Court just, like you said, overlook whatever letter says coming from anywhere and face the deposition and not look towards the letters?
The most important thing is that forgery under Nigerian Constitution is disqualification. Forgery in Nigerian Constitution is disqualification. And Chicago State University has said that the certificate that Tinubu sent to INEC did not come from them, that it is not their document, which simply means that it is forged. No matter anywhere anybody looks at it. And mind you, Tinubu has no other certificates, both primary and secondary. So, and as Chicago State University has said that certificate that was tendered at INEC, it did not emanate from them. It means that he don't even have any certificate at all from top to bottom. So that should be what they are looking at. Because they have said there's no room for certificate forgers. I'm quoting what the Supreme Court said in 2017, that there's no room for certificate forgers. It did not say that there's no room for those who did not go to school. So, conflicting or not conflicting, they have two papers before them, a deposition and a letter. So saying that there's one authenticating, the authentication means that one Bonda A. Tinubu went to Chicago State University. That is what the so-called authenticating letter said. That one Bonda A. Tinubu attended Chicago State University. Understand? Just like tomorrow, they will say one Peter Nosike played for Nigeria. Understand? And I have told you that there are 5 Peter Nosike that I have seen in Facebook. 5. But one Peter Nosike played for Nigeria under 17 in Japan, 1993. Understand? So, how do we know the real Peter Nosike is? The real Peter Nosike should bring the award, the medal that he won in the competition. That is it. So now the certificate that the Tinubu submitted at INEC, Chicago State University said that it did not come from them. This should be our focus. This should be what we should be talking about. Any other thing is just it's just waste of time.
All right, then 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. I see you have been calling for a while. Welcome to Matters. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you. Welcome to Matters. What's your name and your location, please?
Good morning from here. I'm actually calling from the state. Mr. Anosike, can you call this, sir? This is Tosin from US. How are you doing, sir?
Fine.
All right, Tosin, let's hear your opinion on today's matters.
Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. Anosike, on that analysis of the CSU. Now, one thing is we must understand that although CSU said one Bola A Tinubu attended CSU, that Bola A Tinubu, that A in that name, I am a Yoruba boy, born and raised in Lagos State. Now, let's even start from the Southwest College, the now Delhi College. The transcript from that school shows that it was a female. So, which then means that in the Yoruba language, that A, Bola A Tinubu can mean Adenike, Aderonke, Alake, Anike, Ashake, Amoke,
or any other name Bola, for that matter.
If Alake, Anike, Aderonke, Ashake, Anike, Asha, you can name them. This man only had, they said, it's Bola Ahmed Tinubu. After the disposition in CSU, do you know what happened to his Wikipedia? They went to add Adekunle. Now, who is fooling who? This case before the Supreme Court, there's no difficulty. One Bola A Tinubu, and the origination of where this person came from and then went to that school, it's Southwest College. It shows it was a female that went to that school. The Bola Tinubu in Aso Rock did not attend Chicago State University.
You know this case is before the Supreme Court, right?
Mr. Anosike just analyzed it for us. One Peter Anosike went for a competition. It will be tantamount to evil and corruption for me to say that the Mr. Peter Anosike in your studio is the one that went to that competition. When it is clearing, even though it did not present the trophy, we know that it does not have that skill to even play the wing that guy played then. So who is fooling who in Nigeria? Ariwo, the CJN of Nigeria, knows that Tinubu himself did not go to CSU. Okay. That's one. Now, there's a precedence of forfeiture. In 2011, there's a precedence of forfeiture by this same Ariwola, aka Ariwoyo.
Why do you say that? Where did this AKA forfeiture come from?
You said what?
This AKA you just gave him. Where did it come from?
Okay, so I'm from Oyo State. Ariwola is from Oyo State. Yeah. We are from the same state. So the AKA emanates from us. He's a noisemaker. He emanates from people like me. He's a noisemaker. He knows the truth. He has given a precedence in 2011.
Okay, Tosin.
That forfeiture is a criminal offense. So now, one thing that David, your colleague, David Aden, said is that he wants to see how Ariwola, aka Ariwoyo, will look at the camera and now say that forfeiture is no more a criminal crime.
All right.
I am a born Yoruba boy. Tinubu did not win the election. Jega just said it yesterday also, that the election of this year was rigged.
Thank you, Tosin.
Babache Lawal said it that Peter Gregory Obi, my own president, won the election.
Thank you, Tosin.
I am a Yoruba boy. Peter Gregory Obi won the election.
Thank you. We really should allow the Supreme Court decide that, since it's before the court already. All right, so as not to be in contempt of the court.
I will allow Supreme Court. But the suffering way all of us they suffer today, even whether you dey for home or you dey for abroad, this one are renew shege. If I dey sell 1,000 before now, I don't increase that to $2,000 because things are hard.
Thank you,
now
Tosin.
renew shege for all of us. So we need to call a spade a spade.
Thank you, Tosin.
We must call a spade a spade. We know the truth.
All right.
Why are they trying to block FBI?
Tosin, let's allow other people also give their opinions on the matters as well, all right? You are our first caller for the day.
I love you. I will always love you.
Thank you, Tosin. Thank you so much. All right. I would like to reiterate, if you listen to VOP constantly, you will know we have a disclaimer. Please, we're talking about these issues because it is a new and the most recent development. This is a day that many Nigerians have been waiting for, even party faithfuls, the APC, the PDP, the Labour Party, the APM. Everybody has been waiting for this day to come, the day that the Supreme Court, starts sitting on this issue, all right, to avoid being in contempt of court. But not just that. Please let us be careful of our utterances. When a case is before the Supreme Court, we're talking about it because it is the most recent development. We're talking about expectations. We're talking about, what has been said? How is it going to be? What were we expecting before now? What are we expecting after now? Okay, for today, the Supreme Court has already ruled on this, and that's why we have someone knowledgeable in the studio to give an analysis on these issues. Let us be careful of our utterances. All right, thank you very much. We have more calls coming in. We'll take one more call and comment, and then we'll continue with the program. Good afternoon and welcome to Matters. Are you there? Good afternoon.
Hello, this is Joy calling from Ejigbo.
Joy from Ejigbo. Welcome, Joy. How are you today?
I'm good. Good afternoon, Mr. Onosike.
Good afternoon.
So my own question is, this Chicago University, why didn't they make it clearer? This certificate is not from us. We don't know where he got it from. This is the person that attended our own university. They will bring out the biodata of the person so that will not bring confusion. Because ABC are rejoicing that they said that attended their university. PDP is saying that they said they wrote the certificate is not from there. Why did they make it very simple for us? This is the person. They give us the pictures and everything. The person that attended university, so there will not be confusion everywhere. So they are making things difficult. To my own understanding, they don't make it clear at all. And for the others, this thing, the university loan. Students loan, that is a scam. I've told them they should not be making. Let them stop making promises. Let them stand on one. If it's lies they want to focus on, let them focus on. Let them focus on only one thing they will do. Not that use 4 years now to make empty promises. Buhari did it, said 8 years, nothing to account for. And this government, they should be responsible. Thank you.
Thank you, Joy. Thank you so much for your call. Really appreciate your opinion on the matters we're discussing today. I would like to take some comments from our WhatsApp and YouTube platforms, and then we'll proceed. We still have quite a lot to talk about. We have Remy from Akoka saying, "Hi, Chairman, Mr. Anosike. Nobody needs to explain to me, an ordinary citizen, let alone Supreme Court justices, that sworn depositions carry substantial weight because they are statements made under the penalty of perjury. They are foundational pillars in the pursuit of truth and justice, designed to bring clarity where there is doubt and light where there is obscurity. The question by Justice Okoro is like a sign that justice may not be obtained from the Supreme Court in this matter by way of technicalities which they are eager to rely on. You should know that the courtroom is no place for theatrics or feigned confusion, especially over principles that are clear and unambiguous." Remy from Akoka. Remy, quite the professor. Thank you so much, Remy, for your message. Moving on, we have Emmanuel Chijoke from Ikotun saying, "Good afternoon, Chairman, and our distinguished guest, Mr. Peter Anosike. Bello Matawale is not above the law. If found guilty of the allegation leveled against him, he should be made to face the full wrath of the law." All right, thank you so much. Olushoga Ajayi from Odonlai Koredu says, "Even if nothing tangible comes out of this certificate saga, I take solace in the fact that my suspicion has become a fact and doubts cleared. There is something fishy and inconsistent about, the president. If we dig further to other aspect, of his life. We are in for revelations. The snag here is we don't have institutions to unravel these things. Big thumbs up to Atiku. Okay, Olushoga Ajayi says big thumbs up to Atiku. Wow. Good afternoon, beautiful lady with Prof. Nigeria is this bad shape or bad shepherd? Nigeria is on the moving trail. The federal government, okay, I don't know, this comment is quite confusing. It's coming from Kim from Songwater. Please make this clearer. I would definitely read it out. On to YouTube, Chidi Otugo says, you're very factual, Mr. Tosin. Thank you for your strong stance. Ola Adewale says, has it actually gotten to the tipping point for Nigerians? If so, what do they really want to activate? Or they want to sit down, they look? Okay. Ola Adewale says, student loan education from the present occupant, Loriro. Wow. All right, then, moving forward, we are still discussing a matter that is affecting politics right here in Nigeria. The Supreme Court sat on the case today and they did, adjourn the case. And that was the final talk for today. The Supreme Court has adjourned the PDP and the Labour Party suit against the president today, right now. That is what it is. That is the latest development. So after, moving Atiku's case and then the APM actually withdrawing theirs, the Supreme Court went ahead to adjourn Atiku and Peter Obi's appeal after dismissing the APM suit. The APC, INEC, and President Tinubu's council did not object to the recent court's decision. Now it's been adjourned to a date that will be further communicated. And I'd like to know from all of this, what do you expect? I want you to recall also that we are expecting about 2,500 files from the FBI and other security services in the U.S. against the president. Okay.
The joy from Ejigbo said that Chicago State University would have made it easy for people.
Much clearer, yeah.
But for me, they made it very, very easy for us to understand.
Was it the interpretation that was now all over the place?
They said that one Bonda A. Tinubu attended Chicago State University is not in doubt. Understand me? It is not in doubt that one Bonda A. Tinubu attended Chicago State University. Then another thing that is also, that one is not in doubt. Another thing that is also not in doubt is that Chicago State University said that the document, the certificate that Tinubu submitted to INEC did not emanate from them, that it is not their own document. So there's no ambiguity, everything is straight. Understand? So we are no more talking about the whether Bola A. Tinubu attended or did not attend. My concern is the issue of forgery. And the INEC, by Nigerian Constitution, say whoever submitted a forged certificate to INEC should be disqualified. And the Chicago State University said that the certificate that Tinubu submitted did not emanate from them. Then where did it come out from? Then as I said, I know the antecedents of Justice Okoro. I have followed some of his judgments. So I can tell you how he thinks. But what we think is different from the evidence before us. We don't pass judgments based on our individual opinions, because the appeal court judgment was passed on opinions, not on this judgment, or not on the evidence that was submitted before them. And we don't want that to happen in this Supreme Court decision. They should pass their judgment based on the evidence before them. And one of the biggest evidence before them is what Chicago State University said, that the certificate there that was submitted by Tinubu did not emanate from them. So this is my concern. So there's no ambiguity. And for what Justice Okoro said, that there are two letters before, conflicting letters, there's no conflicting letters. Somebody had read to you what a deposition is. So a deposition is not an ordinary email. It is something that has penalty attached, which they must look into. So he shouldn't use his own opinion and impose it on that of 222 million Nigerians.
All right, then let's take some messages from our WhatsApp platform. In about 20 minutes, we would need to call it a day. This one is coming from Ikpaja. You said, good afternoon, Chioma, and to your guest, Mr. Peter Anosike. My question goes to Mr. Anosike. Sir, why is it that Nigeria has a lot of learned people and they allow people with questionable characters to be at the helm of affairs? From Monday, Ifeanyi Chukwu, Ikpaja, Lagos. Mr. Anosike, do you want to answer that question?
Well, those people are the ones that are ready to make themselves available.
For these positions?
Yes. And politics are about the people that we see.
So the seeming people who are learned, you can't go and drag them from their house to come and contest.
They feel that this is too dirty, that they cannot get involved in this kind of a thing. So it is those people, the wayward, that comes out and make themselves available. So that's why we are having what we are having in the country.
All right, then we also have a good day, Chairman Mr. Peter Anosike. Comrade Peterson says the reservation of justice is a waste of time. It's very clear that this man did not attend any school. The bone of contention here is forgery case. The main evidence there, the school has resolved that the certificate submitted does not come from them, period. Okay, period. We have a caller right here. I think we lost that call, but let's take this one right here. Good afternoon and welcome to Matters. Are you there? Good afternoon. Hello there, welcome to Matters. Good afternoon, I've picked your call. Okay, you need to give us a call back as we cannot hear anything at all from your end. I have another question for you, Mr. Anosike. This person says, regarding both documents presented to the Supreme Court, if the Supreme Court favors one document over the other, the people will say it is not fair. So in that case, ask the analysts, what should they do then?
No, the symbol of justice is a blindfolded woman with a scale. That scale simply means weight of judgment. So where does who presented the more weighty argument? That's what that scale means. That scale means that that judgment tilts towards the person that bring a stronger argument, a stronger evidence. And I know that a deposition is stronger than a letter. So if they want to be truthful, if they want to pass justice, a deposition before them is stronger than the letter. So there's no conflict at all.
All right, then, no conflict at all. You heard that from Mr. Anosike. Good afternoon and welcome to Matters.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Welcome. What's your name and location, please?
Yeah, this is John Legend calling from Mushi.
Welcome, John Legend. Let's have your opinion on today's matters.
Okay. What I am trying to say in this is that Nigeria, especially APC, they have countered all the whole laws in this country. Because the problem we are having now is that there is no rule of law in APC at all. They are not following any rule of law in whatever they are doing. They just do it because of say they believe they are on power, and they carry all the whole power to the president. Other ones they are just minority on this because they give him all the whole power. That is why we are on. If you see this case, nothing is going to come out of it because it is obvious that this man forged his certificate, he's forged everything. On a normal circumstances, this man is not supposed to be in power by now. He's not supposed to be there up to now. He's supposed to be jailed if he's in other countries because he's forged the certificate. Because the place he went to the school said that this is not our certificate. It is not from us, which means there is a forge on it. and there is a constitution that covers it. So when they are telling me that the Supreme Court will say the Supreme Court are not going to do anything on this matter. Thank you.
Thank you, John Legend, for your opinion. We do have some other calls coming in. Good afternoon and welcome to Matters. Can you hear me? Good afternoon. Okay, give me a call back. I don't know what the problem is, but we can hardly hear you. Good afternoon and welcome to Matters.
Good afternoon.
What's your name and your location, please?
I am Citizen Optimism calling from Ijeogu.
All right. I didn't actually catch your name, but please go ahead with your opinion.
Yeah, going by the comment the so-called Mr. Okoro made that CSU is speaking from both sides of their mouth, indicates that he's already given the judgment. Ordinarily, a primary school child understands that those two something CSU presented. That is, so Tinubu attended my school, and the certificate hereby I cannot authenticate it. So it's very clear, just as your guest here said. There's no other way it could be clearer than the way these people CSU presented it. So whoever occupies that your utmost seat, there it doesn't deserve to be there. So for us to keep on beating about the bush, it's interpreting what is even clear. My dear, I cannot see Nigeria going forward by this.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon and welcome to Matters.
Thank you very much. So my question will be: people saying that the Chicago State University disposition is not clear. There's no how. I don't know how what they mean by saying it's not clear. That is, I mean, it's written in black and white. Okay, so this certificate did not emanate from us. Now, it's just like Mr. Anosike writing a check. Okay, so I maybe did something for him, and I need them to give me some check. So I went ahead, get a check, was not written by Mr. Anosike. If that is taken to a court of law and they look at the check, they ask him, who wrote this check? He will tell them, I didn't write this check, and he should told me. So I don't know where he got it from. So that's forgery. Chicago State said that we did not issue this certificate that this man presented to INEC. So if they didn't issue it, so where did he get it from? That is forgery. So now, then on the issue of Matawali, now Matawali is a mission now. Imagine you asking somebody to go and prosecute a Boko Haram, or a bandit, or a terrorist, when you know that the vice president, the man called Shetima in Aso Rock, is a sponsor. Who is going to prosecute who? I think Nigeria, this moment should decide in our history if we get our country back, or we'll just all sit down, both home and diaspora, both home and abroad, and say, you know what, these people, they've scattered the states, let them ride on.
Okay.
But I think we should not allow that to happen. Supreme Court must give justice. Supreme Court must give justice. Whether Mr. Chike knows how the person the presiding over this matter is going to rule, there is a strong evidence which is his disposition that was done under oath. If somebody writes you a letter, that may not be done under oath, but the disposition carry a lot more weight because it was done under oath. And in that disposition, it was said that one Bola A Tinubu, one Bola A. They didn't even mention that. They didn't even mention the president. They said one Bola A Tinubu. And I said earlier, the A can mean Adenike, it can mean Aderonke, it can mean any, it can mean Alake. So, and from what we said earlier, the Southwest College, from the document there, it shows it was a female, which is now glaring to the eyes of the world that the man in Aso Rock is not the same person that went to Chicago.
I believe this is Tosin calling from the States, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You spoke about. You spoke about the vice president.
Right. Give me a minute. Let me say something right quick. You know, you guys brought Jake Coyden. Jake Coyden is a journalist of. I mean, he was a student of Chicago State University, and Jake Coyden also. I mean, he did a lot of work for CSU. Now, it will surprise you to know that you can find the yearbook of other years, but the one for the 1979 just gone missing. And so for you to know that CSU is a kind of one, Jay Coyden said that even in CSU, they run show like as if they have a bar, like a motel.
So you are saying the CSU is complicit?
They are, my sister, they are complicit.
All right, Tosin.
There is a case on them. There is a case on them already in the state, which FBI is going to. Heads are going to roll after this whole matter. Heads are going to roll.
All right, Tosin.
The person that they said signed the certificate of the president, that woman may even end up suing your president. So, but you know what? Let's see how this all plays out.
Thank you, Tosin. We really need to hear from others as well. All right, when you call, please go straight to the point. One more call, and then we'll proceed. Welcome to Matters. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my sister.
What's your name and location, please?
My name is Nixon Wanko.
Welcome, Nixon. Please proceed with your opinion.
Okay. In this very particular issue that we're looking into, I feel that's my own opinion. My own opinion is that this issue is lingering a lot of things that will affect this very nation negatively. We are all matured. I'm not that we are being blindfolded. There's nothing like being blindfolded. We know what is going on. All the youth in this country knows what is going on. Both those that are indirectly or directly supporting the man on top. I believe majority will carry out a drastic thing that will happen in this country, and people will wake up. I think a lot of people are still stumbling, and people who have wake up will carry out a thing that will make this very country. I don't want to say that the country will bleed. I don't want such a thing to come out from my mouth, but please. I'm very disappointed in this country.
All right.
Disappointed in so many people.
Thank you, Nixon.
Thank
you so much, Nixon. Right. Mr. Anosike, a lot of opinions have been given, and then Tosin spoke so passionately, and it's not difficult to see which way he leans when he speaks about the different presidential candidates. But one person says we should thank Atiku for this, expose. Well, like I said earlier, if you remember, we are still expecting the FBI files as well, which the president's lawyers over there are also trying to file a motion to stop that. I'd like to get your final words on all of these issues today. The reason why we're talking about this again is the fact that today is the day the Supreme Court is sitting in on this case.
Well, for me, Atiku Abubakar is the hero of 2023 general election. No matter the way the case goes, whether it affirms Bola Tinubu as duly elected or he is disqualified, Atiku Abubakar is the hero of the 2023 election. One, our jurisprudence has been deepened. No election in the country has attracted as much awareness as the 2023 general election. Understand? No election has attracted as much interest as this one. And thanks to Atiku Abubakar and P2B. And after this election, Nigeria will not remain the same anymore. Because to start with, they said now that FCT Abuja is like any other state. That is what the justices at the appeal court said. that FCT Abuja is now like every other state, which means the constitution that said 24 states and the federal capital territory is no more tenable, which means they are now changing our constitution. So they may also be saying that that somebody can now forge a certificate, go ahead and contest election and go into office. Once they admit that that Tinubu is duly elected, it means that they have accepted the forgery. So I thank Atiku Abubakar for the expose. I thank P2B. And after this 2023 election, Nigeria, it will not be the same anymore. And also, the FBI report is going to bring out a lot of things. So Nigeria is making progress.
You know, many people have talked about the Mesoma JAMB certificate forgery case. You know, the JAMB result forgery case, and talking about how if, you know, the judiciary upholds the victory of President Bola Tinubu, then punishing Mesoma will be wrong. And she has never admitted to forging her own certificate. I'd like you to quickly speak on that.
Well, for me, once Supreme Court affirms Tinubu, then forgery is no more offense in Nigeria. Anybody can forge. Even no need even paying. Why must somebody pay tuition fees for 4 years? Why you can just go to Idumota and with 20,000 and you forge that's a degree. So that's where the Supreme Court judges, the appeal court judges are intentionally leading us to. That certificate forgery is now accepted in the country.
2 more calls and we'll call it a day. Good afternoon and welcome to Matters. Are you there? Good afternoon and welcome to Matters. Okay, let's take this other call. Good afternoon. Welcome to Matters.
Good afternoon.
Let's have your opinion on today's matters, please.
Okay, I'm making noise. I'm calling from Akwaja.
Welcome.
Obviously, I'm not enthusiastic about anything as regarding the Supreme Court. Because why? We don't have a proper institution in Nigeria that can uphold what is called justice, that can obviously execute the right judgment in the country as it is. Because why? The executive is all in Nigeria. As we speak, I tell you, none of them can unseat this president. Because why? The same president is the one that single-handedly selected the person that will be the Senate president. Then the same president is the one that has released billions of naira as palliative to both the Senate, both the judiciary, and then you expect these people to do otherwise. The way we operate our democracy is that there is nothing like separation of power. The president has pocketed both the judiciary, both the executive, and every other institution of government. So you don't expect anything to go otherwise in the court. So that's why I said I'm not enthusiastic about anything there.
Okay.
Until we have a proper government, a kind of government that will say, okay, we are practicing what is called democracy, where the president can be called to question when he takes any action that is arbitrary. For example, people are detained right now. The EFCC chairman is detained for more than God knows how many months he has been there. The central bank governor, the past central bank governor, will show what it is. This cannot happen where democracy is in practice. So that is it. That is why I told you, for me, I don't expect anything until Nigerians decide to have the country.
Thank you so much. Our final call for the day. Good afternoon and welcome to Matters.
Good afternoon.
Welcome. Let's quickly have your opinion on today's matters before we go.
Yeah, this morning I had a news that some lawyers, some Supreme Court judges, that they back off. Is it true?
Well, in the beginning, we had about 11 judges, but one of them stepped down because his retirement date is very, very close. In fact, it's supposed to be this week, today or this week. But then today
27.
we had a 7-man panel. So it reduced from 11 to 7. All right. So that's what happened. Oh dear, have you left us? All right, then. That is all we can take on the program today. You have been listening to Matters, and honestly, I need to say thank you so much for joining me, for joining myself and Mr. Anosike on the program today. Do join us again tomorrow. It promises to be an informative time on the show as well. Mr. Peter Anosike, thank you so much.
Yeah,
I really appreciate you for coming on
Yeah.
such short notice. Thank you for coming as well. Tomorrow we will go again. You have been listening to Matters right here on Voice of the People 923 FM. Remember that we are the #1 station that gives you a voice in Lagos, in Nigeria, and indeed all over the world. Do join us again for tomorrow's edition of Matters. My name is Ijeoma Innocent. I'm your host. Let's do this again tomorrow. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Best exclusive radio station, VOP 90.3, bringing you the best mix of the best music. Welcome to the best exclusive radio station, VOP 90.3, bringing you the best mix of the best music.
Sọ́yán dé ọba aṣọ, pàpíndé baálẹ̀ fìlà fún ìgbéga àṣà, èdè Yorùbá tí ò lẹ́jà ń bá kàn nínú. Voice of the People, VOP 90.3 FM, níbẹ̀ lè ti máa gbọ́.
This is your #1 radio station at VOP 90.3 FM.
There comes a time in the affairs of man when the voice of the people stands unique, constantly challenging society's status quo. 90.3. It is a great place of fun and insight. It is a great place of learning. It could be your school on